Welcome to Nicole in Control. Today we're talking about Colombian coffee. Coffee is yucky, but for some reason there's a lot of people who don't agree with me. Grown-ups drink it to stay awake or because they think they like the taste. Some kids actually drink it too. My cousin is younger than me and he drinks coffee. There's a story that over 1,000 years ago, a farmer saw his goats going crazy after eating coffee beans. Nobody knows if that's true though. History says that the first people we know that drink coffee were in Yemen 500 years ago. It was only about 300 years ago when people started growing coffee in South America. By 1930, Colombia was the second biggest grower behind Brazil. But Brazil is a really big country. Plus, most of the coffee grows in Colombia are on tiny little family farms. Coffee grows really well in Colombia because the soil is good and the weather is almost perfect. Most coffee growers use machines to pick coffee, but in Colombia, people pick coffee by hand. In picking season, they check the trees every day and only pick the really ripe beans. By the way, you'll hear people say coffee beans, coffee berries, or even coffee cherries, but they're not beans and they're not cherries. After the coffee berries are picked, they get put into a machine that squeezes the pits out. The pits look like beans, and that's why they call them coffee beans, and that's the part they make into a drink. They put the pits in the water, and the best ones sink to the bottom. Traditionally, they send those beans to other countries and keep the floating ones to themselves. The pits are roasted, ground up, and made into your drink. Juan Valdez has been Colombia's coffee mascot since 1958. Officially, 3 people have played Juan Valdez since then. But you see drawings of Juan Valdez everywhere, especially on the outside of Juan Valdez coffee shops. Those are basically Colombia's version of Starbucks. About 25 years ago, a coffee amusement park opened in Colombia, and I've been there. I rode all of the roller coasters except for one because I wasn't tall enough for that. And I rode the water log ride 3 times. You can tour different coffee farms in Colombia. I did that at Recuca. I got to learn how coffee grows and how they make it into a drink. And we got to dress up in traditional clothes, and they made my dad do ridiculous stuff. I even got to pick coffee beans, which was my favorite part.
Fountain?
Daddy, now I have 3.
You have 3?
First I added 2, now I have 3.
You could almost make an 1/8 of a cup of espresso with that.
Do you drink coffee? Why? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up.
No. I think you need to back up just a little bit. Alright. Alright, now back up.
Coffee is yucky, but for some reason there's a lot of people who don't agree with me.